So, Fox News is trying to stop the bleeding in the wake of its $787 million agreement with Dominion Voting Systems, one of the largest defamation settlements of all time. Their latest cost-cutting move is, apparently, axing the network's entire investigative unit. That's according to a report from Rolling Stone. Sort of funny that Fox would fire its investigative journalists, of all people, after settling a lawsuit about how they spread misinformation and lies. I personally don't think that group was really the source of their problems. While the network makes changes behind the scenes, it appears to be business as usual on air and in print in the Murdoch empire. Let's take this front page story in the Murdoch-owned New York Post earlier this month. You can see it right there. Vets kicked out for migrants. Outrage as upstate hotels tell 20 homeless veterans to leave. The Post cited a nonprofit group, the Yerrick Israel Tony Foundation, that said the veterans, quote, including a 24-year-old man in desperate need of help after serving in Afghanistan, were told by the hotels that their temporary housing was getting pulled out from under them. According to the Post, the hotels are not believed to have migrants yet, but were reportedly on the city's short list to take some. Now, the CEO of that nonprofit did admit that the hotels didn't explicitly say the vets had to move because of the migrants, but it was clear to her that was the case given the timing. But this was far more than enough for Fox News. They really ran with this story, featuring it on no less than 15 different shows over the past 10 days. The network even claimed to have, crucially, substantiated the reporting themselves.
A group of veterans, some suffering from PTSD, may now be victims of New York's migrant busing battle. Fox News confirms 20 homeless vets just got kicked out of several hotels in the suburbs north of Manhattan to make room for those migrants getting bussed in from the city.
Remember that phrase, Fox News confirms. Fox News confirms. Republican lawmakers piled on, with one, New York State Assemblyman Brian Maher, introducing a bill in response to the story that would ban displacing homeless veterans from shelters. Presidential contender Nikki Haley retweeted the New York Post article, commenting, quote, liberal insanity at work. And Speaker of the House Kevin McCarthy, not to be left behind, blamed Joe Biden's immigration policies, calling the entire situation shameful. Todd Young of Indiana even brought up the story on the Senate floor.
In New York City, where illegal migrants have displaced homeless veterans in hotels, Mayor Eric Adams said, quote, the president and the White House have failed this city.
Okay. Do you know where I'm going with this? What do you think? Well, the whole thing unraveled. A local paper, God bless them, the Mid-Hudson News, reported the story was a lie, according to the hotel that was accused of forcing the veterans out. The paper and the hotel debunked a purported receipt for the veterans' rooms provided by Assemblyman Maher as a poorly edited fake. The hotel manager said there were no veterans at the hotel, none were kicked out, and no other guests were told to vacate. So you might think, okay, maybe they just invented the whole thing, but no, it gets better. Because the following day, the paper reported that several homeless men, not veterans, had come forward to say they had been recruited for this scam. They were told they were going to meet with an elected official for a discussion on homelessness and were each promised $200 along with food and alcohol. After eating and drinking at a diner, the CEO of the nonprofit told them they were going to a meeting where she would be explaining how they had been kicked out of a hotel to make room for migrants and coach them to, and I quote here, to act like we were the veterans that had been displaced. The CEO admitted to the Mid-Hudson News that she provided the men from the shelter to appear as if they were displaced vets, but denies offering to pay them. According to three of the men who spoke to the Times-Union, they never received that money they were promised. Quote, everything was a scam. She didn't have the intention of paying us anything. Assemblyman Maher says he was duped by the nonprofit as well. And now, well, Fox News, having gone pretty all in on this story, has been forced to issue a rare correction. That job falling to unlucky host Laura Ingraham on Friday night.
Before we go, a little update on a story we brought you this week about homeless vets being displaced from hotels so that illegals could move in. Turns out the group behind the claim made it up. We have no clue as to why anyone would do such a thing, but we'll bring you any updates should they come.
Oh, at the end of the show on a Friday night, you just got in there. Yeah, Laura, why would anyone want to make up a story that's too good to check but plays directly into the most deranged bias of your conservative audience? I Can't imagine Fox News airing those kinds of lies, but I guess there's a first time for everything.